my fake shifting.
Oh my God. Okay, you don't need shifts because you're in your seat the whole time.
Hi everybody, welcome to Livewire Review. I'm Matt.
And I'm Jeremy.
And we're here today with a 2024 Hyundai IONIQ 5 N.
Yeah, what does N stand for? Nürburgring? Or is it a shot to BMW from the engineer who came from BMW and went to Hyundai? And it's just the next letter in the alphabet after M.
Oh, the drama of the automotive industry. But we actually have this product booked for August for a longer road test where we can really dive into it. But this one just landed at the dealership. It's one of the first ones here in Ontario, and we got really, really excited. So we went for a drive. We actually have passengers in our drive who just wanted to come for the fun of it. Yep. So let's dive right in. We got a little bit of information for you, and you can watch us squealing with delight. Check it out. So we're here in the IONIQ 5N for a very limited time.
Yeah,
we've
what
been
do we
told
get? 5 kilometers in
5 kilometers is all we've got. So we're gonna make the best of it. And we're gonna start off by going N mode. Yes, there it is.
Oh, there we go.
That's the one. Hold on.
There we go. We got the engine sound here.
Oh, dear Lord. It's going to be a lot of fun. Alrighty, here we go.
Okay, wow, you've already lost your voice and we're not even moving yet. Whoa. Okay, that is pretty cool. You know what? Adam was right about this. When they add the sound to the car, it really does give you a different experience with this.
Alrighty, so for legal purposes in the province of Ontario, we will not exceed the posted speed limit of 60 kilometers an hour at any given point during this road test. Okay, so yeah, the sound generator in this thing is hilarious. Like, I love it. I love that DCT bump too. It's really got that aggressive up. It gives you that real genuine feeling of a transmission underneath you, even though you know it's just all pull 610
601, 601 normal, 641 in the N-Grin boost mode. So you get 10 seconds of boost with this when you press that button.
Yep. And again, for legal purposes, we did not hit that on the roads at all. Now, it should be said that just sucked out 2% of the power to go exactly, 300 yards? Oh, that's great. All right, green light. Let's have some fun.
So we're sitting here at the green light, just waiting for traffic to get out of our way, and I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but we have the soundtrack of the 2-liter turbo from the Elantra N. And hold on here for a second, because I think we're about to go a little fast.
No, we're not going fast at all.
Oh, okay, there's 50.
Yeah, 50 kilometers an hour, exactly.
Okay, and this time we didn't lose the microphone.
Nope.
Unfortunately, we had to do that twice because the microphone went flying to the back of the car from all those G-forces.
Yes.
Man, 50 kilometers an hour is a lot of fun.
It's very fast. It's very fast at 50. It doesn't even feel like 50 for sure. But honestly, I think let's talk about the 275 millimeter wide tires under this thing right now. They hook up with the road. I was kind of expecting with that amount of power to feel something get a little squirrely, and it certainly rolled the power in a little slower than I anticipated, just comparing it right off the hop with the Genesis product that we drove just a week ago in sport mode. It rolled it in. I was a little surprised, but I mean, relatively speaking, just hooked up and pulled. My goodness. My goodness gracious. Well, we're just in traffic now, so let's just talk about what else I'm seeing. When I do put it in the N mode, I'm getting a tachometer in my heads-up display, which is really cool. And it's nice that if I don't want to listen to the augmented engine noises, I can actually just see kind of my output in between the fake shifts, and it actually shows me the bumps up and down as I'm driving as well.
And what's really neat is when you change your pedal here, you actually get a totally different experience. Like an ICE vehicle, it shifts and the accelerator works just like an ICE car. Now, if you hit that red line and you don't have it in automatic mode like we do now, and you use the paddles, it will actually stop you dead in your tracks.
Yeah.
So it gives you that experience of the Elantra N that everyone is looking for. So it makes an electric car fun.
Yeah.
This is the sports electric car that everybody is looking for.
Yeah.
So we previously reviewed the Ford Mustang Mach-E GT Performance. Now this car is a completely different animal to that one. That one had 480 horsepower and over 600 foot-pounds of torque. This one bests it by like almost 200 horsepower.
Yeah.
And just the fun factor, it's got sticky tires on, I think, 21-inch wheels on here.
Do you hear the rev matching downshifts?
And you can feel it in the car. Look, it's simulated, but it feels real. It's amazing.
Oh my goodness.
So I will admit the suspension is a little bouncy. As we hit every single bump in the road, the whole car jumped up and down a little bit, which I have heard about this, so it is true. You have to put it in the softest mode, and it still has a little bit of a bounce to it.
Yeah, I felt that. We're gonna go sport mode, we're gonna go back to this mode.
Oh, so you're going for full power instead?
Yeah.
So that gets rid of the noise. Okay, we're back in there.
Yep. So we're just casually waiting for a break in the traffic, I believe.
Okay, we almost have a gap in traffic, and we're gonna actually put this into N-Grin boost mode, which you have to understand that changes the mode. You can't do the fake DCT shifting with that. That gives this car its full 641 horsepower. So there will be no fake shifting. We'll just get full power.
Goodbye, fake shifting.
Oh my God. Okay, you don't need shifts because you're in your seat the whole time.
Okay, that got rid of the lag I was talking about before.
Yeah, there's no lag. Now, you know that lag was programmed in there because of that transmission.
Yes.
It gives you that real ICE car experience. But when you want the power of an electric car, oh my God, just hit that button and go.
Jesus, that I felt like the thing tried to lift itself off the pavement before it even pulled forward. That just earth-shattering torque right there. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Woo!
So I'm just going to put the price below on the screen here, and I want you guys to let us know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think this car is worth the price tag? Honestly, from where I'm sitting, I think it is. It's that daily driver. It has over 20 different modes that you can set it up in, so you can select anything you want. The only downside I would see to driving this thing every single day is that the sticky summer tires are going to wear out in about 6,000 kilometers. That's my estimate.
3,000
They're honestly not going to last. So you got to have deep pockets for tires, unless you put an all-season tire on this, maybe with a lower profile rim.
You mentioned something. It's a little psychosemantic at this point, but I just downshifted to pass someone. That didn't need to happen, but I did it.
I know,
because
but it's fun.
I could see the revs and I can hear it. Even traveling there at speed, I found myself upshifting to bring the revs down.
Yeah, but it's just second nature, right? It's
It
the
is.
type of cars we've been driving our entire lives. So it's very easy to get into this and have a lot of fun.
All right, well, this is a little more boring, but for the last section, I am going to put it in eco mode just to feel the difference.
But that's just going to activate the rear motor, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that softened up the suspension a little, which is nice.
It definitely makes it easier to drive every day.
For daily driving type activities, yeah, absolutely. But I mean, if we go back into sport mode, there's a pretty solid corner coming up in front of me.
Oh, and you can hear that sound right there.
That one, then that one.
Okay, so we're doing a solid 10?
Yeah, well, the sign says 30 maximum in the corner.
Okay, so now we're going 50. Dead on 50. Okay.
Exactly. This thing just sticks, my God. And I mean, you know, give it the battery weight and all that kind of stuff for sure, but it just sticks to the ground.
Now, just before we get out of this car, what do you think about the seats?
Much more bolstered, obviously, compared to its IONIQ, just touring cousin, I dare call it. Not as aggressive as I'd expect compared to the other end products either.
Yeah.
I expected a little bit more in terms of that racing feel, but I mean...
It is there. Did you notice that it's 1.6 inches lower than the seats in the IONIQ 5?
I did.
And that is a lot. Normally you will lower a seat by about half an inch. This one's a full 1.6 inches lower.
You sit down in this car. I feel a little bit more on the
floor. This is car-like. It's very performance car-like. Okay, that did soften it up. That doesn't feel too bad in the suspension now. Oh, and that sound through the stereo. It sounds real. It's really good.
All right, well, very limited road test today, unfortunately, but We will go stand outside of this thing, give you guys some other numbers and features, and talk about how much fun it's going to be when we get this for a week.
Yeah, let us know your questions, because we're going to borrow this from head office as long as we're allowed, and then we'll have it for a full week and do a full review.
More time to roast the tires, per se.
Well, Matt, that was one hell of a road test. I know we didn't cover any information in that whatsoever, but it sure was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
That wasn't the point of the road test. The point of the road test was to yell and scream and laugh and have a good time, and I hope you enjoyed watching us be goofballs. And of course, again, we never exceeded 60 to 80 kilometers an hour. Overall, though, this thing is incredible for what the packaging is. I honestly can't wait to get my hands on it for a little bit longer. You know, the unique styling accents, the wide body setup, the larger wheels, the bigger brakes, everything about it screams race car. And if you bounce it off that electronic limiter, I just sit there giggling. Despite the fact that I know there's no engine, you know, whoom, bum, 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 just always makes me happy.
Yeah, and I think it only ranges from like, what, 78 to 85K Canadian? We'll post the other prices down here.
Yeah, I mean, it's priced itself well in the market. You know, it's everything you want in an electric car and all the fun of a race car. I think this thing's going to do really well in this market. But again, this was just a teaser. Stay tuned for the longer review. And as always, go below. Let us know what you think of this thing. You know, make fun of us for the type of driving that we did, obviously. And always hit like, hit subscribe. Check out what we're going to be doing next.